Okay, so you're getting ready to submit your proposal. So I'm going to get you to do exercise 3 at this point. What's one risk and how would you mitigate it?
Facility upkeep and maintenance, so like snow removal, general maintenance. We said mitigation was to build that into the budget.
Ah, good idea. Anything else about the facility that could be a risk? Any other group want to comment? Any other facility risk? What if it's not properly outfitted? Like, what if it's not accessible, right? Then you're even talking about a potential physical risk to clients.
We also talked about a security risk, depending on the
Yes.
population.
Yeah, that was another one you guys brought up. That was good. Okay. And how would you mitigate that, or what would you propose to mitigate that?
Once again, building it into the budget or the contract. Build into the budget, like if we don't want staff members working alone, that means we always need to have at least 2 staff members on the shift at one time. If we may need cameras, may need scan in, scan out sort of systems. So depending on what kind of IT infrastructure.
Yep. I think you even said security guard on the last one, right? That could be another thing. These could be huge too, right? This could be huge, huge costs. Okay, those are good ones. Okay, I'm going to jump over to this side of the room. What risks?
We had like no qualified staff in there.
Yeah, that's another one. That's a tough one, right? Okay, so how would you mitigate that?
Both good recruitment strategies.
Okay. And where's the real risk with not having qualified staff?
You can't meet your outcomes or
True. The other thing is that you're maybe even talking about client safety, right? If they don't know what they're doing.
It's to community safety and then
Yeah.
ultimate employer placement safety.
Totally. So there's lots of risks to that one. On the surface, maybe it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it really is, right? Okay, any other risks? Let's go to the corner over here on this side. What other risks? And how would you mitigate them?
Can't get clients.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big one. Like, what if there's nothing? So how would you mitigate that risk? Do you know enough?
Might have to look at different sources of referrals.
Okay. And some of that went back to questions we don't know the answers to, right? We don't know where they're coming from exactly. Yes.
May I contribute? Like what we talked about was the fact that we don't control the marketing necessarily.
Yeah, exactly.
Directly.
That's what you're
Therefore, we don't have those channels. We don't have that top of the funnel based stuff.
Yep.
So we have to probably build into our proposal a fixed amount of money that we get no matter what.
Yeah.
Because what if we can't control the flow to 12,500?
Yeah, that's true.
We don't have a clue.
And what if clients aren't properly referred to you, right? And the flip side of that is what happens if your staff, this goes back to non-qualified staff, what happens if your staff doesn't refer people properly, right? There's risk there too. Over in that corner, do you want to give us another risk?
strategies.
Okay, yeah. So you're thinking of actual physical risk? Mm-hmm. Okay. And how would you manage that or mitigate that?
Safety planning,
Okay.
pandemic plan, safety plan, emergency response plan.
Okay. You might even identify some risks in here that the government never thought of at all, right? And in all of these, there's aspects where you're going to have to ask more questions and government's going to have to give you more information in order for you to offer your services properly to look after their clients.
There's also possible cyber risk as well.
Yep, like risk to information.
Yeah.
I'll say risk of info breach. So how would you mitigate that one?
Passwords,
Okay.
time sensitive login.
really high insurance.
Well, that's a mitigation strategy. Actually, insurance is a mitigation strategy, right? And why is that? Let's talk about that for a minute. Because some risks, what did we say, are unavoidable. Why do you always have to get general liability? Because nobody controls whether, a bird falls out of the sky or a bird goes into the airplane wing and then the plane falls down. Like, there's just some things you can't, sorry.
Hope nobody's flying today.
Well, I'm flying soon enough, so hopefully it's just me. I'm traumatized. But we have to get insurance, right? Because stuff happens, and that's a risk mitigation strategy just for that general category of stuff that happens.
And that goes into this one, the malpractice insurance is
Yeah.
huge here because of the assessment pieces,
Yeah,
the determination
exactly.
pieces that then feeds into the placement.
Totally. Well, and why else might you need insurance? Because of your parking lot, right? Somebody might get in an accident. It's a way we mitigate lots of risks, right?
Lynn brought up a good one, which
Mm-hmm.
which is really intuitive in the sense of the assessment piece.
Yep.
Is disclosure of information, the lack thereof. That
Yeah.
That jeopardizes the assessment and therefore the matching.
Yeah, exactly.
Interest.
Unreliable information from
Yeah.
government, right?
Or even self-disclosure, right?
True. Yes, totally. If you're trusting this person 100% to do their own assessment, is that reliable?
Especially the 40
Yeah.
with specialized needs.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, those are all good ones. So you can see there's lots of sources of risk here, right? And again, we talked about the more you can write your proposal to cater to managing these, to even show you've put your mind to them, to show government that you've thought about it and thought about some things that you can do to address it is going to be very valuable, right? Okay, good job.